Hello everyone, my name is Gabor Mészáros and I welcome you at another video of the Genomics Bootcamp where we speak about genomics from the beginner's perspective. Today we will speak about how to extract SNP data from PLINK data files. Indeed, there is a lot of ways how you can do that, and depending on, of course, what you want to do, which regions you want to get out and in which format, you have various options. So we will look at these so you have a good overview about the possibilities.
We are here in R and we will demonstrate some of the SNP extraction capacities of PLINK. Well, don't mind the lot of free space here. I just wanted to push all the pre-prepared script somewhat down so you can focus on the scripts and lines which are actually important at the moment. So I prepared data in advance, and also this is from the ADAPT map as now usual on the channel. And well, I kept only one single breed with the keep fam statement. Perhaps we can look briefly at this. So it was mentioned in the last video where we just keep a subset of individuals. And in this case, I decided to keep just the boar goats with the -- keep fam statement. And this is specified in the breed to keep.txt. So this is how the breed to keep.txt looks like. You see that this is just the fam file name for the boar goats that is specified. And indeed, PLINK keeps it, and just this one breed is kept in the follow-up computations. Not that it would be a very necessary step, but we will do a lot of SNP extractions today, and well, I just wanted to keep the file size manageable. But of course, the same commands work with any size of a data file. So we run all this and do the extraction of the boar goats. And we see that there is 333 animals remaining. Now, the first thing that I wanted to show to you is how to extract certain SNPs. In this case, we are extracting a list of SNPs that is pre-specified in a file. This is done with the -- extract statement. And similarly as before, you need to specify what SNPs you want to extract. So this is how the snips.txt looks like. So you see that this is a text file with a single column where the certain SNPs are specified. They are not too many, but specifying these ones, you can extract these from the data file. In our case, it will be extracted from the boar goat. Also, I would mention that the snips.txt is just the name that I gave to the file, so it could be a file name, could be basically anything. So we run this line with the this line with the extract snips.txt. And here we see that only 115 variants remain. So there are no more animals deleted. So the 333 remained, but this 115 variants remained. And we specified as an output file a new binary pet file. So we actually have it with all the genotypes specified. And the new name we gave to it, this is ADAPT boars extract. So here is the bin file from that extraction we just did. And you see that is by chance, well, not by chance, but I specified them, the SNPs to be from the beginning of chromosome 1. So this is starting at the beginning is chromosome 1, and then they end more or less at 5.5 megabases at chromosome 1. The same way as you can extract the SNPs, you can also exclude them. So if you have a certain list of SNPs and you need everything but these SNPs, then you can use the -- exclude statement. And yeah, well, also specifying the list of SNPs, you actually do quite predictable move of excluding these SNPs from your further data. So we are here at the bin file for the newly created ADAPT map boar exclude dataset. And you remember before it was the SNPs were extracted from beginning of chromosome 1 to about 5.5. And you see here this exact region here is missing just because we have excluded them from the new dataset. We are back in R and with another extraction statement, which we actually used before. So this is the dash autosome. So if you remember, we used it at the quality control of our SNPs. Here are some warnings here that we have some haploid genotypes, and this is likely because some males are present in the data set and they have just one X chromosome, so they are haploid and so on. And usually in the analysis, you might not need even the sex chromosomes, so you want to get rid of them. And also there are these SNPs on the so-called zero chromosomes, so the unplaced SNPs, which are usually also not considered in the analysis. So if you want to get rid of these all in one move, then you use the dash autosome statement. So here we are just to show the outcome for this autosome dash autosome restriction. You see that there are no zero chromosomes here, so there is that one is removed. And also at the end of the file, we end with the last autosome of the goat genome. So there is another quite useful feature of PLINK, that is it can extract certain chromosomes as you specify them with the dash CHR option, and then you specify which chromosome you want. So in this case, let's do it with the chromosome 1 and see what happens. Yeah, so here we are, and again a bin file, but right now, quite unsurprisingly, just chromosome 1. A further thing you can do is not just single chromosomes, but also you can specify chromosome ranges. For example, if we want chromosomes 1 to 5, and in addition chromosome 10, we can do it just like this. So basically just specifying the numbers, the chromosome numbers there, even chromosome range is what we want. So I rewrote the same data file, also starting with 1, but now it includes also 2, 3, 4, 5, and chromosome 10 at the end. Another interesting feature of PLINK, and indeed a very useful one, is the so-called write SNP list option. Until now, we were basically writing out PED and map files, binary PED and map files, which is useful many times, but sometimes you just want really the list of SNPs. And you can do it indeed with the right SNP list. So basically you just replace the make bed with the right SNP list, and the output will be, well, predictably a SNP list. So this list is saved automatically with the .snp list extension by PLINK, and gives you actually all the SNPs in the specified region as a single column file. These ones are from chromosome 1 to 5 and chromosome 10 as specified previously, but of course you can do whatever region you want. An advantage of such a format is that you can use this SNP list straight away with the extract and exclude statements of PLINK in a follow-up step if you really want to do something like that. And the last thing that I want to show today in a bit more detail is the extraction of exact regions, exact genomic regions. You can do this with the statements or combinations of statements or options telling the from base pair position to base pair position, or from KB position to KB position, or from MB position to MB position. So basically you just define exactly what window you want to extract or exclude from the genome. In this particular example, I will extract part from megabase 10 to megabase 20 on chromosome 1. Now this is a bit of a necessity here to specify also the chromosome, because otherwise it does not work. So you might or just go ahead and try without specifying the chromosome, but you will see that it will come up with an error message. This also shows that some of these features or some of these options for extracting SNPs could be also combined. So you are just invited to go ahead and try some of the combinations, which ones work and which doesn't. And here we are again with the extracted files with the chromosome 1 from 10 to 20. You see that this is the very beginning of the BIM file and starts with the chromosome 1 and the megabase 10 and goes until chromosome 1 and megabase 20. So the 20 is, well, this is the last SNP before the 20 MB on the chromosome 1. There are also other functionalities and options of PLINK to extract specific SNPs or ranges of SNPs when you specify the exact SNP names. So these can be done with the options from and to, and also extract certain SNPs, certain individual SNPs or multitude of SNPs with a SNP or SNPs statement, or you can do also excluding certain SNPs or the range of SNPs with the exclude SNP or exclude SNPs statements. These are actually described on the PLINK website, as well as all the other options I've talked about. But well, since I wanted to keep this video in a manageable size, then well, I will not go into these ones into detail, but basically the from to are explained up here, and the ranges are a bit below. So this is the full list of the statements and commands we did today. Well, there are most likely other statements and options in PLINK that could be used for extraction and or exclusion of certain regions. I invite you to browse through the PLINK website. Also, let me know in the comments which one of these methods you have found the most useful, or if you have some other method or other option that you use with a great success.
Thank you for being here and checking out this video on the extraction of SNP data. At the end, I have just two requests for you. First one is if you like the video, then just like and subscribe and push the appropriate buttons, because it helps out the channel really. And the other one, that if you have any kind of a topic that you would like to see in the channel, then please let me know in the comments below. For today, however, I thank you for your time and have a nice day.